But Bhakti Yoga means to connect with the Lord through love, through devotion. When you have devotion, you will work for that person, you will know that person, you will think about that person. But when you work for a person or know a person or think about a person, that does not necessarily mean that you love that person, right? Therefore, bhakti includes karma, gnana, and dhyana. But karma, gnana, dhyana, they don't include bhakti. Therefore, bhakti yoga is the essential teaching of Lord Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. And bhakti yoga is the essential, conclusive, categorical message from Bhagavatam also. So after Narada Muni's departure, Narada Muni inspired Vyasadeva to write Srimad Bhagavatam to highlight bhakti, and Narada Muni went. Then Vyasadeva sat on the bank of the river and he started meditating on the Lord Sri Krishna. In his meditation, in his devotional meditation, Bhakti yoge na manasi samyak pranihite malim apashyat purusham purnam mayam chatadapashrayam. He saw the Supreme Lord Krishna, and he also saw his energy Maya just behind him. Okay. And later he also saw Yayasam Mohito Jiva Atmanam Trigunatmakam. He also saw the Jiva, the living being, who is struggling because of Maya, who is under the clutches of Maya. So he saw three things: Krishna, Maya, and Jiva. Krishna is the Supreme Personality, Supreme Godhead, Almighty God. Under his control and behind him was Maya. And this Jiva is a spiritual living being who is a part and parcel of Krishna, but this Jiva is struggling and suffering because of the influence of Maya. How to come out of the influence of Maya and take shelter of Krishna? Through Bhakti Yoga, right? And that's the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva, in his meditation, he has seen Jiva, Maya, and Krishna. He saw Jiva entangled by Maya. So Jiva has to come closer to Krishna. What is the process of bringing the Jiva closer to Krishna? That is Bhakti. And that is the background of these two shlokas in Srimad Bhagavatam. Anarthopashamam sakshad bhakti yoga madhokshaje lokasya janato vidvams chakre satvata samhitam. Let's discuss the meaning of this first shloka. Anartha upashamam sakshat. Anartha. Artha means something meaningful. Anartha means meaningless. Okay, that's one meaning. Anartha basically refers to all the meaningless material desires that we have, all the worthless material longings and hankerings that we have. Okay, that is anartha. Anarthas also refer to all the meaningless qualities that we have, like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, envy, pride, greed, anger. All these are very bad qualities which hamper our spiritual progress. They are called anarthas. So all the meaningless material desires, all the worthless qualities that we have, like anger, lust, pride, greed, etc., all this must be mitigated. Okay, all this must be given up. We need to be freed from all these qualities, right? So that is called upashama. Anartha upashamam. How will we get relieved from all these anarthas? The process is simple. Sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje. Adhokshaja refers to the Supreme Lord Krishna. Aksha means eyes. Akshaji means that which is born out of eyes. To extend this, that which is born out of eyes, you can also add other senses. Okay. When we hear something, we develop certain knowledge by hearing. When we see something, we develop certain understanding of an object through our eyes, right? So like the different jnanendriyas are there. There are different knowledge senses. When these knowledge senses interact with the sense objects, we get knowledge, right? So that knowledge that we get through our senses is called akshaja. Means we acquire a lot of knowledge by exercising our senses. So that knowledge is called akshaja. Clear, right? Now, akshaja is that which you can understand through your senses. Adhokshaja means that which is beyond the understanding of your senses. Clear? Adhokshaja means that which is beyond the purview of the understanding of your senses. So what is that? That is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay. So Krishna is beyond the purview of your senses. It's very difficult to understand Krishna by your senses. So therefore he is called Adhokshaja. Now he's transcendental, he's divine, he's beyond the influence of material modes. Okay, therefore he's called Adhokshaja. And how do you connect with that Lord who is beyond the influence of the modes in this material world? Bhakti Yogam. That's this word. Bhakti Yogam Adhokshaje. You perform bhakti unto Krishna, loving, selfless, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service unto Krishna, Sakshat Krishna directly. Right? You directly perform devotional service unto Krishna, then you will be relieved from all the unwanted miseries in this world. Clear? First two lines. Anartha pashamam sakshat bhakti yogam adhokshaje. So, by performing unalloyed, pure, unmotivated, selfless, loving, devotional service unto Lord Krishna, we will be relieved from all the meaningless miseries in this world. We will be relieved from all the entangling anarthas in this world. Okay. Now, next part of the shloka teaches us lokasya ajanato means common people in this world. Lokam in this world. Lokasya means people who are residing in this material world. Ajanato, they are not aware of this. How do I get relieved from all the material miseries? This lust is troubling me, this envy is troubling me, this greed is troubling me. My own lust, envy, greed is troubling me. And others' lust, envy, greed also will trouble us. Right? Somebody is very greedy. Now that greed will trouble that person. And out of greed, the person may exploit others. That will trouble others also. Somebody is angry. An angry person will lose one's own peace of mind. And when he exhibits anger, he disturbs the peace of other people also. So our anarthas will not only trouble ourselves, the anarthas that we have within our hearts, they will trouble people around us also. Lusty person is there. He himself is getting peaceless. He is very agitated by desires. And he, out of that uncontrollable desires, he may trouble other people also. Like that lust, envy, pride, greed, all these anarthas that we have, they create great trouble, great misery for oneself and others. Okay. So how do we get rid of this anarthas? By bhakti yoga. But common people don't know. They experience suffering. They experience suffering because of anarthas, but they are not aware of the process of getting relieved from those anarthas. So, lokasya ajanato. Therefore, to educate them, Vidvams Chakre Sattvata Samhitam, that divine incarnation of the Lord, literary incarnation of the Lord, Vyasadeva, that great scholar, that great sage has given Sattvata Samhita. He has written the Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is called Sattvata Samhita. Samhita is like a compilation or a book. Sattvata means that which is relevant for devotees, that which is relishable by pure-hearted living beings, right? Sattvata Samhita means a divine literature which is personally compiled by a divine incarnation of the Lord, literary incarnation of the Lord, to educate common people in the process of bhakti yoga, which relieves them from all miseries, right? All anarthas. But does this shloka say that by performing bhakti yoga unto Adhokshaja, Krishna, we will just be relieved from our unwanted qualities, unwanted miseries? Is that the only effect of bhakti yoga? When we perform bhakti yoga sincerely, will we just be relieved from the material miseries? Or is there anything more that Bhagavatam can do to us? That is described in the next shloka. Therefore, we should not stop at one shloka only. So it's a set of shlokas. It's a series of shlokas. 6th and 7th are together. Actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, all 4 shlokas. I just briefly explained 4th and 5th shlokas in the beginning of our class. Now I'm focusing more on 6 and 7 shlokas, but all these 4 are like in continuity. They're one section. So getting relief from anarthas is one effect of bhakti yoga, but there's much more that bhakti yoga can do. That is described in the next shloka. Yasyam vai shruyamānayam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktirutpadyate pumsah shoka moha bhayapaha. Now, the purpose of Vyasadev's writing Srimad Bhagavatam is to introduce Bhakti Yoga unto Lord Krishna to all the people in this world, by which they will be relieved from anarthas. Okay, that's the purpose. That is very clear in the sixth shloka. When you hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, Yasyam Vai, Yasyam means that which he has referred to in the previous shloka. What is that? Bhagavatam. He was speaking about this Satvata Samhita, right? Satvata Samhita is Bhagavatam. Yasyam, that Bhagavatam. Why? Means certainly, for sure. Shruyamanayam, if you hear that, Satvata Samhita, if you hear that Srimad Bhagavatam as spoken by sincere devotees of Lord Krishna, sincere students of Srimad Bhagavatam, somebody studies Srimad Bhagavatam nicely and he speaks that Bhagavatam to others. Right? When you hear such people, there is a purifying effect. Now, originally Bhagavatam was taught by Lord Sri Krishna to Brahma. And Brahma understood that Bhagavatam and he taught that Bhagavatam to Narada Muni. Narada Muni received the knowledge of Bhagavatam from Brahma and he transmitted it to our Vyasadeva. I just spoke about it in the beginning of the session. So Narada Muni taught Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva and Vyasadeva put it into writing. Till now Bhagavatam is there in the form of sound vibration. Krishna told Brahma, Brahma told Narada, Narada told Vyasa. But Vyasa is putting it into writing. Right? He has written it also. Then after writing, Vyasadeva also taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami. Later, Sukadeva Goswami taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj and Sutta Goswami. And Sutta Goswami taught Srimad Bhagavatam to the sages of Naimisharanya. Like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is transparently transmitted through these teachers, through this great chain of teachers and students. One student will learn Bhagavatam from the guru, the teacher, and that student will transmit that Bhagavatam to another student. So like that, Bhagavatam is transparently transmitted in this parampara. Okay. Kasmayena vibhasito yabatulo gnana pradipah pura tadrupena chanaradaya budaye krishnaya tadrupina yogindraya tadatmanatha bhagavadrataya karunyata tatshuddham vimalam vishokam amritam satyam param dhimahi kasmayena vibhasito yamatulo. Right in the beginning of creation, Lord Sri Krishna personally educated our Brahma in Srimad Bhagavatam. And through Brahma, it is Krishna who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Narada Muni. And through the medium of Narada Muni, it is Krishna who spoke Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva. And through the medium of Vyasadeva, it is Krishna who personally transmitted this knowledge of Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami. And in the form of Sukadeva Goswami, Krishna is speaking Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj and Sutta Goswami. Like that, in this great Vaishnava parampara or chain of spiritual teachers and students, whether Krishna is speaking or Brahma is speaking or Narada Muni is speaking or Vyasadeva is speaking or Sukadeva Goswami is speaking, it is Krishna who is personally speaking through them. Because all these teachers are transparently transmitting the teachings of Krishna, right? So they are not concocting anything. They are not deviating from the main message that Krishna has given. So to explain a concept, a spiritual concept to someone, some new person who is not yet acquainted with spiritual culture, you may give certain examples, you may give certain explanations to make the philosophy understandable, relatable, digestible to them. However, we should not change the message itself. The essential message has to be transmitted transparently. But while transmitting that message, you may give certain explanation that is much easier for people to understand. You may speak in a language that they can relate with. Srila Prabhupada has presented Srimad Bhagavatam in English language so that more people can understand. How many people can understand Sanskrit directly? Very limited people are there. So if you put that Bhagavatam in English language, more people can understand. If you give certain examples which modern world can relate with, more people can understand. Therefore, this essential message of Srimad Bhagavatam must be transmitted in such a way that more and more people can take benefit of the essential conclusion of scripture, that is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti is the essence of Bhagavatam. So you need to inspire bhakti, devotion to Krishna in people, and that is the right way of transmitting the knowledge of Bhagavatam. Okay. So, yasyam vai sruyamanayam, if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam from such teachers who are connected to the parampara, what will happen? Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadyate. Okay. Krishna is the supremely attractive Lord. He is Paramapurusha. There are so many Purushas, but Paramapurusha, the supreme Purusha, supreme personality, is Lord Sri Krishna. So when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, what will happen? Bhaktir utpadyate pumsaha. Pumsa refers to all the living beings here, humanity. So bhaktir utpadyate, in the hearts of sincere hearers of Bhagavatam, bhakti is born. Utpadyate means producing. Okay. So when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam from bona fide devotees, transparent teachers of Bhagavatam, bhakti is produced in our heart. Bhakti is generated in our heart. Towards whom? It's very clear. Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktir. Towards the Supreme Person Krishna, we will develop devotion by hearing Vaishruyamanayam of Yasyamvai, that is Satvata Samhita. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam from great souls, we will develop devotion unto the Supreme Person Krishna. That's clear, right? So, here in this particular shloka, sixth shloka, by Bhakti Yoga, our anarthas are mitigated. That's what is mentioned. Bhakti Yoga destroys all anarthas, miseries and unwanted qualities. But in this shloka, Bhakti Yoga gives us bhakti unto Krishna, means the hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Sattva Samhita, develops love for Krishna. Here bhakti basically means prema. Okay, we already discussed. Bhakti includes karma, jnana, dhyana. When you have devotion unto the Lord, you will work for the Lord, means you will serve Him. You will know the Lord, means you will understand the scriptures and tattva of Krishna. You will also meditate on the Lord, think about the Lord, dhyana. So karma, jnana, dhyana, all three are included in bhakti. So that bhakti utpadyate, that bhakti will be invoked within the heart when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And that bhakti is actually prema. Okay. So when you love somebody, you will work for that person, means you will serve Krishna. You will also know that person, have great knowledge about Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, his activities and pastimes and names. And you will also be able to always meditate on him, think about him. And always thinking about Krishna is the essence of Bhakti Yoga. Smartavyaha satatam Vishnor vismartavyo na jatuchit sarve vidhi nishedhasyor etayoreva kinkaraham. Smartavyaha satatam Vishnu. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. These two statements are the essence of the entire set of rules and regulations, prescriptions and prohibitions in all the scriptures. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. Vidhi means that which is supposed to be done. Nishedha means that which is supposed to be avoided. Vidhi nishedha means do's and don'ts, rules and restrictions, prescriptions and prohibitions. The essence of all these do's and don'ts, vidhis and nishedhas, is always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. These two are the essential principles. Both are same, but they're emphasized. Always remember him, never forget him. Krishna also says several times, Mayyeva mana adhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya. Always remember me, never forget me. Use your mind and intelligence to understand me, to connect with me. Krishna also says, Maya veshya mano emam. Devotees are those people who always aveshya mano emam. They engage their minds in thinking of me, thinking of my names and forms, etc. That is devotional service. That is Bhakti Yoga. To always think of Krishna with love. Hiranyakashipu was always thinking of Krishna, not with love, with hatred. Kamsa was always thinking of Krishna, not with love, with fear. Shishupal was always thinking of Krishna, not with love, but with envy. Okay. So, like that, several people thought about Krishna always, constantly, through negative emotions like fear, anger, hatred, etc. But the recommendation in our Vaishnava scriptures is to always think of Krishna with love. And when will we be able to always think of Krishna with love? When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Because yasyam vai sruyamanayam Krishne paramapurushe bhakti utpadyate. We will develop devotion unto Krishna by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam contains several pastimes of Krishna, the descriptions of several incarnations of Krishna. The Lord appears in several forms. Ramadimurti sukala niyamena tishthan nanavataram bhuvaneshu kintu. The Lord appears in several forms. Rama, Narasimha, Varaha, Vamana, Matsya, Kurma, so many forms he appears. Ramadimurti sukala niyamena tishthan नानावतारमकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमः पुमान्ये गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Krishna Swayam. Sometimes Krishna appears personally, Swayam. And Krishna sometimes appears in the form of other incarnations. Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, I just quoted one Brahma Samhita sloka. Now Krishna personally said in Bhagavad Gita also. He said that यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Whenever adharma increases, whenever adharma rises, adharma has so many qualities like this kama, krodha, lobha, moha. So when to have lust, to have envy, to have greed, to have pride, all these are like symptoms of adharma only. Violence, exploitation, hypocrisy, all these are symptoms of adharma. Whenever this adharma increases and dharma decreases, what are the pillars of dharma? Satyam, daya, tapaha, shaucham. Satyam, truthfulness. Daya, compassion. Tapaha, austerity. Shaucham, cleanliness. When these four things reduce, when other things increase, Krishna will come to reverse the situation. Dharma should rise, adharma should decrease. Actually, it should become zero. For that purpose, Krishna appears. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Sambhavami yuge yuge. In different yugas, I appear in different forms. Krishna is saying personally, I will appear in multiple forms. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, he said in the 4th chapter, Sambhavami yuge yuge. For what? 3 things. Paritranaya sadhunam. To protect righteous people. To protect people who follow dharma. How do you increase dharma? By encouraging and nourishing those people who are following dharma. The followers of dharma will expand dharma, but that followers of dharma must be protected, right? For protecting the followers of dharma, Krishna appears. So one more thing we need to do. Apart from protecting the followers of dharma, we need to also punish people who are following adharma. Therefore, Krishna said, Vinashaya cha dushkritam. To destroy all the dushkritinas, to destroy all the people who are following adharma, who are not following dharma, Krishna appears. One thing is to protect righteous people. Second thing is to destroy people who embrace adharma. So by doing so, adharma spreads when there are adharmic people. Okay, all these negative qualities of kama, krodha, lobha, moha, hypocrisy, duplicity, diplomacy, all these things will spread when the people who are endowed with these qualities are encouraged, when they are nourished. Okay, when they are flourishing, their bad qualities also will flourish. When good people flourish, their good qualities will flourish. They will expand. Therefore, people who are endowed with good character must be nourished, encouraged. In this modern world of Kali Yuga, bad qualities are encouraged. Disrespect is encouraged. Negativity is encouraged. That goes viral, right? Something positive, something dharmic, something devotional. So that is sidelined. That is not sufficiently propagated, right? So Krishna appears on the planet mainly to establish dharma and destroy adharma. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. And he appears in multiple forms, right? So now that Krishna who appears in multiple forms, those forms and the devotees of those forms and all their stories are very nicely and elaborately described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we develop love for that supreme Lord Krishna, who is established of dharma, we will follow dharma. And actually, the supreme dharma is to love him first. On the basis of that supreme dharma of loving Krishna, we develop all other dharmic qualities. So Prahalad Maharaj said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavatya kinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasate suraha harav abhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena sati dhavato bahi. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana. One who is performing akinchana bhakti unto Krishna. So here also bhakti word comes right in both the shlokas. So bhakti rutpadyate bhakti yogam. These two shlokas are speaking about bhakti. Okay. So one who is performing bhakti, such a person will automatically develop so many good qualities of truthfulness, humility, compassion. Even if a practitioner of bhakti yoga may not exhibit all these qualities at once, but because he is sticking to bhakti yoga, gradually he will develop them. But one who is not following the spiritual path of bhakti yoga, even if they have certain good qualities, because of being in sattva guna, they may lose the qualities also because of the influence of this material nature. Okay. Someone who is very truthful, because of coming in contact with bad people, he may lose his truthfulness. But someone who is not truthful, he will enter bhakti yoga. By sincerely practicing bhakti yoga, he will slowly overcome all the falsity and he will develop truthfulness. Right? That's the power of bhakti yoga. Bhakti will give you prema for Krishna. By following the principles of bhakti yoga, we develop love for Krishna. And along with developing love for Krishna, we also develop good qualities of compassion, gratitude, satisfaction, tolerance, and many such wonderful Vaishnava qualities. Right? So, Bhagavatam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam on a regular basis, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, and sharing Srimad Bhagavatam with others will give us access to Krishna's love and all these wonderful good qualities and virtues, right? That's what this message is speaking. This shloka is speaking to us. Bhakti rutpadyate. When we have developed that devotion, what will happen? Shoka, moha, bhaya, apaha. Shoka means lamentation. Moha means illusion, bewilderment, confusion. Bhaya means fear. Apaha. All these three things are completely destroyed. Many times we are lamenting for things that we have not attained. Moha means illusion. Many times we are illusioned or delusioned or confused of what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what is auspicious, what is inauspicious. Bhaya, there are a lot of fears, a lot of insecurities within us. When we develop love for Krishna, when we completely trust that Krishna is our supreme protector, where is the question of fear? There is no possibility of fear, right? Shoka moha bhayapaha. There is no possibility of lamentation also. When the heart is completely nourished with devotion, when you are experiencing that love for Krishna in your bhakti unto Krishna, now there is no possibility of any lamentation. There's a beautiful shloka that describes how loving Krishna, how experiencing that love of Krishna within heart will relieve us from all kinds of external temptations and tribulations and allurements and confusions and lamentations. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi Shri Krishna pada bhujam nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu vam durvadam parighosayantu banuja vamshe kalankostu va tadrik prema dharanu raga madhuna mattayamanam tume chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Even for one kshana, one moment, let my mind not be deviated from Krishna. Sri Krishna pada bhujam. Let me always meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. How will we get inspiration to meditate on Krishna's lotus feet? Always by Srimad Bhagavatam, by hearing Bhagavatam, by studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Krishna pada bhujam nindantu priya bandhava gurujana grihnantu munchantu va. Other people may do ninda, they may criticize us, they may ridicule us. They may discourage us with their comments. It's okay, let them do whatever they want, but I will do Krishna Bhakti. Right? So sometimes our own relatives may criticize us. Sometimes our own friends may criticize us. Just like Prahalad was being criticized by all the other Rakshasas, and his own father is trying to kill him for doing Krishna Bhakti. Right? So Prahalad was like Krishna Graha Grihitatma. Prahalad was captured by Krishna planet. Many times people are possessed by bad planets, right? But here is Prahalad possessed by Krishna planet, Krishna Graha Grahitatma, Govinda Parirambhita. Prahalad is always feeling that he is being embraced by Lord Govinda, right? So that is his devotion. Because of his constant absorption in Krishna consciousness, he is feeling the presence of Krishna. He is feeling nourished within. He has no bhaya, shoka moha bhayapaha. He has no lamentation for anything. He has no fear or insecurities, even though he is being threatened to be killed by his own father, right? So, Nindantu Priya Bandhava Gurujana Grihanantu Munchantu Va Durvadam Parighoshayantu Banuja Vamshe Kalankostu Va. Let common people think that I am spoiling the fame of my dynasty by becoming a devotee of Krishna. Sometimes when we take to bhakti of Krishna, people may think that, hey, in our family, no one has done this. No one has dedicated oneself to the Lord so much like this. You should enjoy life. But all the people may blame and criticize us that we are bringing some bad name to the dynasty, or we are not following the general conventional trend of the dynasty. Still, devotee is never deviated from Krishna bhakti. Why? Even in sadhaka stage, even in practice stage of bhakti, one experiences that affection from Krishna. Tadrik prema dharanuraga madhuna mattayamanam tume. When that prema is being experienced for Krishna, and that prema of Krishna is also being experienced by a devotee, devotee will never get deviated from the path of bhakti. So to the degree we are sincere in following all the elements of bhakti, like Shravanam, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Kirtanam, chanting Krishna's names, Smaranam, remembering Krishna, when we follow all these principles of bhakti, we will experience that love of Krishna. Even in sadhaka stage, even in practice stage also we can experience. Not that great Paramahamsa devotees, great Vaishnavas experience so much love for Krishna moment by moment. But if we just reflect, we can understand that Krishna loves me even though I am not so mature in my bhakti. Right? He has given me so many opportunities to stay with devotees and come to temple, give darshan. He gave me access to all the scriptures. I can't imagine to understand the scriptures on my own. But Krishna has mercifully arranged so many acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and many other such great Vaishnava acharyas to explain all the scriptures in their lucid commentary so that I can understand Krishna Tattva. Is it not mercy of Krishna? Is it not affection of Krishna? And Krishna somehow orchestrated that we come in contact with devotees. Now you see there are 151 devotees on this Zoom call. How many people are there in the entire creation? How many people are there in the entire world? But not everyone is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam or discussing about Krishna at this moment. But why only this 150? Of course, this 150 are here. But there are many other people, devotees, in different forums, in their particular temples and ashrams. They are discussing about Krishna. But even if you put all of them together, how much percentage is that in the whole world's population? 1%? 0.1%? Not sure. Even that. There are millions and trillions of people in this planet, but the number of people who got access to Bhakti Yoga madhokshade sakshat, Bhakti Rutpadyate Pumsaha, those who have access to Krishna Bhakti are very, very limited. Okay. So we are in that most fortunate people who got access to Bhakti Yoga. Is it not Krishna's grace? Without Krishna's grace, will we get access to Krishna's bhakti? The process of bhakti, will we get access to Srimad Bhagavatam? Can we get access to the devotee association? Can we get access to Dham, holy Dham? Not possible. So we need to be grateful to Krishna for giving us access to all these privileges, spiritual privileges of Vaishnava Sangha, of Vaishnava Granthas and Vaishnavas. Okay, we need to be grateful to them. So when we become grateful to Krishna moment by moment for showing so much love, so much affection on all of us in 100 different ways, so that gratitude will bring us closer to Krishna, right? If you're constantly cribbing and complaining and criticizing other people for what they have not done to us, for what they have done to us, then we may miss the opportunity to recognize Krishna's affection upon us. To the degree we recognize how affectionate Krishna is towards us, to that degree we develop love for Krishna. To that degree we become satisfied and peaceful in bhakti. When we don't recognize and acknowledge Krishna's mercy upon us, there is always some kind of lamentation, shoka, moha, bhaya. To be relieved from shoka, moha, and bhaya, let us be observant, let us reflect, let us introspect how merciful Krishna is in giving me access to so many spiritual privileges, right? So, this process of bhakti yoga is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, and that essence is repeatedly described, presented, elaborated through the examples of several devotees. Bhagavatam in the first canto, we see the example of the Pandavas, Draupadi, Kunti Maharani, Parikshit Maharaj. All these are great devotees whose stories are described in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Second canto describes the stories of Brahma, Narada Muni, how they discussed Bhagavatam, how the Lord blessed Brahma in various ways, and how Brahma emphasized the process of Bhakti Yoga. Then third canto Bhagavatam describes the activities of several other devotees like Devahuti, Kardama Muni, how Krishna blessed all of them. And fourth canto describes the stories of several other devotees like Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Prachetas. Fifth canto also describes the stories of devotees who practiced Bhakti Yoga like Bharat Maharaj. Sixth canto, Chitraketu Maharaj, Ajamil. Seventh canto, Prahlad Maharaj. Eighth canto, Gajendra. Many examples, I'm just quoting one or two here and there. Ninth canto, we have the story of Lord Ramachandra. We have the story of Bhagirath. Like that, we have the story of Romapad, Rantidev Maharaj. Okay. Then 10th canto, of course, we have all the Vrajavasis there, Gopas and Gopis and Yashoda Mata, Nanda Maharaj, Devaki, Vasudev. 11th canto also describes the stories of Naranarayan Rishi and Nimi Maharaj, all that. 12th canto describes the story of Bhumi Devi. So like that, we have a wonderful, elaborate description of the science of bhakti, the process of bhakti, the purpose of bhakti, the effectiveness of bhakti through the examples of so many devotees. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita very concisely, emphasizing on importance of bhakti. Gita is not a storybook, but Bhagavatam elaborates these principles that Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita and presents all those principles more elaborately with stories, historical narrations of several pure devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj. Ninth canto describes Ambarish Maharaj also, right? So like that, we have Bhagavatam, we have access to Bhagavatam because of the mercy of several Vaishnava Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and many other great Vaishnavas. So, by regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, studying Srimad Bhagavatam, sharing Srimad Bhagavatam, we can be in touch with Krishna. We can develop devotion unto Krishna, right? So that's the essence. Let us nourish ourselves with the most essential, conclusive, categorical, message of all the scriptures, essence of all the scriptures in the form of Bhagavatam, and let's try to practice Bhakti Yoga to the best of our ability and sincerity and integrity. Okay, and Acharyas have compassionately have given us this access to Bhagavatam, like we have Sukadeva Goswami. The mood in which Sukadeva Goswami presented Bhagavatam is compassion. Yah svanubhavam akhila shruti saramekam Adhyatma deepamatitirishataam tamondham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam yasa sunumupayami gurum muninam yaha svanubhavam akhila shruti saramekam. Svanubhavam. Krishna, uh, Krishna's pastimes are described in Bhagavatam. All those pastimes are nicely assimilated by Sukadeva Goswami. Sva Anubhavam. Akhila Shruti Saramekam. Bhagavatam is the saram, the essence of all Shruti scriptures, and Sukadeva Goswami has assimilated it completely, digested it, absorbed it, internalized it, and he's reproducing it, right? With mercy. Akhila Shruti Saramekam. Adhyatma Deepamati Rishatam Tamondham. Bhagavatam is considered Adhyatma Deepam, that which illuminates our soul, the spiritual light. Bhagavatam is spiritual light that illuminates the soul, Adhyatma Deepam. And with this Atititiri Shatam Tamondham, we can easily cross over the darkness of ignorance, darkness of nescience. This material ocean is compared with darkness. Okay, this dark ocean we will be able to easily cross when we have the torch of Srimad Bhagavatam. Samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam. Samsara means this material existence. Samsaris means those who are rotting in this material existence. Materialistic people. Samsarinam karunaya aha. Out of his deep compassion on all these samsaris, Sukadeva Goswami spoke Bhagavatam. Purana guhyam, although it is very confidential Purana, is still revealed. Confidential aspects are not revealed so easily, but compassionate souls reveal them. Okay. Purana guhyam tam vyasa sunumupayami gurum munina. Let us offer obeisances unto that Vyasa Sunu, son of Vyasadev, our Sukadeva Goswami. His Gurum Munina, when he is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, his own Guru, Vyasadeva, is sitting in his class and hearing. His Paramaguru, Narada Muni, is also sitting in the class. Sukadeva Goswami's Bhagavatam class and hearing for 1 full week. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami is empowered, and we are fortunate enough to receive that Srimad Bhagavatam through the lotus lips of Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, and we need to hear that Srimad Bhagavatam in parampara. In the third shloka, it's mentioned, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam sukamukhadamrutadrava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is considered the ripened fruit of the desire tree of all Vedic literatures. Sukamukhat amrutadrava samyutam. Ripened fruit is already sweet, but when a parrot bites it, its flavor increases. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam is already sweet, but when Sukadeva Goswami narrated the Srimad Bhagavatam, it has become much sweeter. Amrutadrava samyutam. Pibata Bhagavatam. Just drink this Bhagavatam. Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam. Muhuraho, constantly drink. Rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. Rasika means relishers of rasa. Bhuvi bhavuka means very thoughtful people. If you are thoughtful, if you are a relisher of rasa, better drink the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. An invitation is given, open invitation. To pluck a fruit from a tree, many techniques are used. Somebody may throw stones, somebody may use big sticks and tie a small knife at the end of the stick and then put a small net below that knife, and they will pluck like this. Okay, all they are caught in the net. Sometimes they may not. Sometimes they fall down also. And at the altitude of 30, 40 feet or 20 feet at least, there is a fruit, and from there it falls down. It may get damaged, right? So, but if a person who is expert in climbing trees, he climbs to the top branch, plucks it, and safely transmits it to a person who is in the next branch, and that person takes it and transfers it to somebody who is in the lower branch. So like that, it slowly comes to your hands. The fruit is safe, right? So therefore, Acharyas emphasize that we hear Srimad Bhagavatam through the chain of the spiritual students and teachers, right? In the parampara, Guru Sishya parampara. If we try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam with our own speculative analysis, we may get a distorted understanding of Bhagavatam. Just like you throw a stone to get a fruit from the tree, the fruit may get damaged. Similarly, if we use our own material intelligence to understand and analyze Bhagavatam, we may not get the proper authentic understanding. We may get distorted. Therefore, hearing from acharyas is important. Studying the commentaries of acharyas and hearing the explanations of sincere devotees, that is important, so that we understand Bhagavatam in a very authentic manner. Okay, not in a concocted way, not in a deviated or distracted way, right? So that's emphasized. So, and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, studying Srimad Bhagavatam is not an austerity. It's actually fun. It's actually joy, great joy. As the 12th canto of Bhagavatam says, Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva shashvan manaso mahotsavam tadeva shokarnava soshanam nrinam yaduttama shloka yashonugiyate tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam. That Srimad Bhagavatam is ramyam, very charming, very enchanting. Ruchiram, very sweet, very tasty. Navam navam, the more you hear the pastimes of Bhagavatam, the more they appear sweeter. Krishna's pastimes of Krishna's devotees like Ambarish Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahalad Maharaj, very sweet, very fresh, always filled with a lot of insights, profound insights. The more you read Bhagavatam, the more you will understand the depths of all these messages, right? Even if you read once, you feel like reading once again. Even if you read 10 times, you feel like there is much more in this pastime that I can extract. So the more sincere we are in studying, the more Bhagavatam will be enthusiastic to reveal itself to us. Spiritual knowledge is not understood by research. It is understood by revelation. Material knowledge may be acquired by research, but spiritual knowledge is revealed out of grace. It's revealed. So for Bhagavatam to reveal its inner meanings, deeper insights, we need to have the right intention and right intensity in approaching Bhagavatam. So our intention in studying Srimad Bhagavatam should not be just to become a scholar or a pandit or a speaker, kathakar, kalakar. So when there are certain substandard motives in approaching Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam will feel uncomfortable to reveal all the inner meanings. Only some superficial understanding is revealed. But the deeper meanings of Bhagavatam are revealed to someone who approaches with sincerity, sincere desire. What is that sincere desire? To understand Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, and to develop love for Krishna, and to dedicate oneself to the service of Krishna. When this is the intention of studying Srimad Bhagavatam, then Bhagavatam will be very comfortable, happy, and enthusiastic to reveal all the inner meanings. Just like Mohini Murti has given all the nectar, Amrit, to all the devatas, but she did not give to the demons who have negative intentions. Similarly, Bhagavatam also reveals all the inner meanings to pure-hearted devotees, those who have pure intention, and also regular and consistent in studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Or that you read today, and after 1 month you again open the book. There's a gap, right? We won't be able to relish it. When we prioritize our relationship with Srimad Bhagavatam, we try to keep a consistent relationships. When it is not a priority, we see today, and after 1 month or 2 months, we'll open again. So that has to come in the priority list. Then we'll come in Bhagavatam's priority list. And basically, what is Bhagavatam? Krishna. Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Sarva Shastrabhipiyusha Sarva Vedaika Satphala Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadhya Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidhvantodita Ditya Sri Krishna Parivartita. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. It is Krishna who himself personally appeared in the form of this book, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the form of this book, he is trying to dissipate the darkness of ignorance of Kali Yuga minds, Kali Yuga hearts. Okay, Bhagavatam is like Puranarko, like sun. Just like sun dissipates the darkness of night, the sun of Srimad Bhagavatam dissipates the darkness of ignorance in the hearts. Okay, so it's great fun, it's great joy, relish to study Srimad Bhagavatam and hear it. Okay, Tadeva Ramyam Ruchiram Namam Namam. Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam. Shashvan means constant, eternal. Manaso Mahotsavam. Utsava means celebration. Mahotsava means great celebration. Manaso Mahotsavam means great celebration of the heart. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam can cause a great celebration in your heart or in your mind to the degree you regularly hear it, to the degree you study with sincerity and devotion. Tadeva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam Tadeva Shokarnava Shoshanam Drunam. That Srimad Bhagavatam will completely destroy and dry up the ocean of lamentation that you have created with your tears in this material world. Okay. Shokarnava Shoshanam Drunam. Yaduttama Shloka Yashonugiyate. Because Bhagavatam sings the glories of Lord Uttama Shloka, Krishna. So when we hear how glorious Krishna is, and when we develop confidence on Krishna, that Krishna is my protector, we will be relieved from all insecurities in this world. We may think that I am suffering here, and you are telling me to hear Krishna's glories from Srimad Bhagavatam. If I understand how great he is, how will I be relieved from my current suffering? The answer is simple. When you understand how great he is, you will also develop confidence and faith and conviction that he will relieve you from all this suffering. The very fact that you understand Krishna's greatness should relieve you from all suffering, because you are trying to elevate your consciousness above this plane of suffering, material plane of suffering. You are coming to Krishna, right? When you are in Krishna consciousness, the material tribulations will not affect you. They may exist, but they will not affect you, right? Just like you are sitting in a boat, just below the boat, there is a big ocean, a lot of water, but you can remain dry in the boat. You will not be wet because you are sitting in the boat. Just like you are flying an airplane, there is a red signal and green signal on the road. Those red signals and the green signals that can stop the cars and move the cars on the road will not affect an airplane that is flying in the sky. Similarly, when you fly in the airplane of spiritual consciousness, when you fly in the airplane of bhakti yoga unto Krishna, you will not be affected by the red signals and green signals of happiness and distress on this material world. You will be unaffected by all the roadblocks and traffic jams. Traffic jam exists, but it exists for those people who are walking on the road, who are traveling on the road. But road traffic jam will not affect plane. Okay. And of course, the plane of bhakti yoga is much, much superior to the plane of airplane, which is made in this world. It's not normal airlines that we see here. It's bhakti airlines. So that they are beyond the common airlines of this material world. So let us try to elevate our consciousness to a higher plane of Krishna consciousness, of bhakti consciousness, of love for Krishna, by regularly taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, either by hearing or by studying or both, and sharing definitely. So then we will be relieved from shoka, moha, bhaya, and anarthas. Anarthas, shoka, moha, bhaya are relieved, are removed. Then bhakti utpadyate. We will develop love for Krishna. So that's the effect of studying and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna, Your Grace. Thank you so much for the beautiful discourse today on Srimad Bhagavatam. Truly, truly appreciate it, Prabhu. I think we can quickly take some questions, Prabhu. So, Prabhus and Matajis, if you have any questions regarding today's discourse, you can leave it in the chat box or unmute yourself. I actually received 2 questions, Prabhu. Just one moment. Can I read the question, Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can we get relief from sufferings from other types of yoga, such as Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga?
Yeah, why not? We get to some degree, but not as much as Bhakti Yoga. Because the element of yoga is there, relief from suffering also will be there. But the greatest relief, highest relief, accompanied by greatest benefit and benediction of Krishna Prema, that is possible only through Bhakti Yoga. Next question.
Next question, Prabhu. How long will it take for us to completely eradicate Soka, Moha, and Bhaya by reading Srimad Bhagavatam? Is it immediate?
Depends on how long will you take to Bhakti Yoga. To the degree we take to Bhakti Yoga with absorption, sincerity, determination, to that degree we will be relieved from Shoka, Moha, Bhaya. There is no time period described there. 1 year, 2 years, 5 months, 6 months, one mantra, one yuga, one lifetime of Brahma, nothing like that. It can happen in one moment also. It can take 10 lifetimes also. It all depends on how intensely are we practicing Bhakti Yoga.
Okay,
Next
thanks,
question.
Prabhu. Next question would be how to recognize, or should we know to what extent that Krishna is affectionate to us? What is the measurement?
Spiritual things are not measurable by material scales. Okay, we cannot measure. So the word which is used here is how do we measure it? So there is no measure. That which is experienced personally cannot be measured or even described sufficiently. Just like there is sweet, some Radhamada Mahaprasad someone has given me. So this is some Sandesh sweet. If I eat it and I start describing it, will you actually understand how sweet it is? It's very sweet. It is excellent. I keep saying it, but unless you eat it personally, you won't actually get its taste. Similarly, when you practice Bhakti Yoga, you will experience the affection of Krishna. Right? So one need not find measurement. Okay? One cannot. So you need to reflect. I already mentioned during the class, we need to reflect on how Krishna has been merciful to us through devotees in various ways. So let us try to count those blessings. Then we get a glimpse of how merciful and how affectionate Krishna is. You can also read the stories of several devotees like Parikshit Maharaj, Uttara, Kunti, Pandavas. Many such devotees received so much love and affection from Krishna. Krishna is Bhakta Vatsalya. Krishna is Krishna is personally driving the chariot of Arjuna. How affectionate he is. Just by studying all these pastimes, how Krishna lovingly reciprocated with his devotees and how he was affectionate towards his devotees, how affectionate he was towards Prahlad Maharaj. He saved Prahlad from all kinds of calamities repeatedly, hundreds of times. Okay. So we get a glimpse of how affectionate Krishna is by studying all of them, by hearing from them. However, when we actually practice Bhakti Yoga, we get a direct experience of it. Okay. Next question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, if Krishna appears in this yoga with different form, can we recognize him?
Krishna has already appeared in this yuga in a different form. That is the golden Gauranga form, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form. Krishna said, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, always chant my holy names in Bhagavad Gita, right in the middle, 9.14. But he waited for 4,500 years. And looks like not many people took that instruction seriously, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. So Krishna appeared in the form of golden Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and he personally started chanting the holy names of Krishna and inspired us, taught us how to chant. Okay, he's there. I'm now in Mayapur, seeing that golden Gauranga here. So he already appeared. Next.
Can beginner devotee read and join your course for Bhagavatam without reading the previous of category 1 books? Prabhu?
Yeah, you can join. You can hear. In your personal study, you can go in a certain sequence. As far as hearing is concerned, you may not get a sequential coverage of chapters when you are hearing from different speakers in different forums. Just ensure that we are hearing from right sources. But in hearing, you may not find a sequence. But if you want a actual sequence, there are courses, systematic courses. So there are online courses, there are on-site courses. multiple temples are conducting Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, where continuous classes are conducted chapter-wise, sloka-wise. Bhagavad Gita is taught systematically, cover to cover. So you can enroll for those courses. As far as hearing the discourses are concerned, you can just join anytime. No problem. You're welcome. Next.
Okay, Prabhu. What is the right process to read the Bhagavatam? Should we read the translation only, and the next time we can read along with shloka or purports?
Yeah, this can be done. When you read some translations, first entire chapter, then you get a overall skeleton or overview of the chapter. Then you can go through it systematically along with purports. That is one approach. Okay, if you want more details, you can refer to the book, The Art of Studying and Teaching Scriptures. I have given a lot of inputs on how to study, the process of study. It takes a lot of time to explain all that in a Q&A session. But the method that you have presented here is fine. You can do that. Next.
Okay, Prabhu, very quickly, I think we will take just one more question, because we are already quite over the time. The last question can be, how karma helps to intensify our consciousness towards Krishna and Brahman, because Purva Janma indulged with material world.
Purva Janma indulged with material world. Okay, how karma helps to intensify our consciousness towards
Krishna and Brahman.
Okay, basically, Brahman is Krishna's effulgence, Krishna's bodily effulgence. It's also spiritual, definitely. However, devotees are not so interested in entering that Brahman. We want the person Krishna. We want to have a personal connection with Krishna, love for Krishna, service to Krishna, more than just focusing on his body's kanti only, effulgence only. Okay, and that's about Krishna and Brahman. And as far as intensifying our bhakti is concerned, what did you say? How karma helps us intensify Krishna consciousness? Basically, karma meaning, the word karma means activity, action. But karma can also mean reaction to an action. So when we perform so many karmas, we get some karma. Means when we perform so many actions, we get a lot of reactions. So when we are experiencing reactions to our own actions, then we should reflect, oh, I am experiencing so many reactions as a result of my past misdeeds. So in such a situation, you can be a little introspective and try to rise above karma. How do I rise above karma? How do I rise above the cycle of actions and reactions on a material plane? We need to come to bhakti level. On the process of bhakti, when we perform bhakti, our karma will be destroyed. So how karma will facilitate your absorption in bhakti means when you are doing material actions and reactions and experiencing the reactions, you can reflect and say, I need to rise above this. Then when you come to the level of bhakti, karma will be destroyed. Karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. One who performs bhakti, such a person's karma will be destroyed. Right? Karmani nirdahati. Karma will be completely burnt to ashes when you perform bhakti. Okay. And as we discussed, karma also means action, right? So one meaning of karma is material reaction. They will be burnt if you perform bhakti. But karma also means action. So that karma can be material action, it can be spiritual action also. So you can perform karma, bhakti karmas. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, mat karma krinmat paramo mad bhaktaha sangavarjitaha nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu yah samameti pandava. So mat karma krin, you perform work and for me. So how do you elevate your Krishna consciousness through karma? You perform bhakti karmas, not just papa karmas or punya karmas. Perform bhakti karmas. Papa karma means sinful action. Punya karma means pious action. Bhakti karma means devotional action. If you perform devotional action, then you will be relieved from all material reactions. Devotional action means work for Krishna. You eat Krishna prasadam. you chant Krishna's names, you serve Krishna, you serve Krishna's devotees, you study Krishna's books. So these are all bhakti karmas. Then that will elevate your Krishna consciousness. We'll conclude here.
Yes, thank you so much, Your Grace. Once again for making time for BJKL in your busy schedule, and we look forward to the next class with you, Grace. Once again, thank you so much. And Prabhu, we have some internal announcements to make, so I will proceed with that. Thank you so much, Your Grace. Guna Prabhu, can we stop the live streaming? We can stop the live streaming and the recording, Prabhu. Okay, so Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. So Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Mataji's, very quickly, I have two announcements. The first announcement would be that in 2024, Bhagavatam attendance will be very, very strictly monitored. So kindly please ensure you attend the 3 sessions a month. For any reasons that you're unable to, attend our Bhagavatam class, please do inform Vishnu Prabhu or Srivas Prabhu beforehand. And the second announcement will be regarding our Varanasi Yatra that will be happening on the 2nd to 6th of March. We still have very few limited places to fill up. So Prabhus and Matajis, if you're keen, you still have time to sign up for our Yatra, Varanasi Yatra. We'll be covering Varanasi and Prayag. The Yatra fees will be 1,500, which will include prasad, accommodation, and transportation during Yatra. So for those who paid up the 500 ringgit deposit, thank you so much. And for the remaining 1,000 ringgit, Prabhus and Matajis, you can start paying the amount by end of this month. And I've shared the Delhi flight route in the group. So if you have any questions, kindly, you can reach out to Deepika Mataji Rao Prabhu or myself regarding the Yatra. That will be our second announcement. So with that, lastly, Bhagavad Gita Academy of Kuala Lumpur would like to wish everyone celebrating Thai Pongal, Makar, Sankranti or Lori a blessed and Krishna conscious celebration along with your families tomorrow. With that note, we have come to the end of the session. Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you again next week with a different topic. All glories to their Lordship Sri Lakshmi Narayana. All glories to Sri Radha Madhava Ashtasakis. All glories to Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. All glories to Sri Sri Gauranitai. All glories to the Sambardaya Acharyas. All glories to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Mataji's.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Mataji.
Prabhu.
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Mataji. Thank
Mataji.
you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna
Happy
Mataji.
Pongal, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. So I'll end the
Hare Krishna,
session now.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.